To lunar surface, large-scale features. With binoculars or a small telescope, an observer can see details of the moon's near side. In addition to the pattern of Maria and Highlands, as the moon passes through its phases, the terminator moves solely across the moon's disk, its long shadows revealing the relief of mountains and craters. At full moon, the relief disappears, replaced by the contrast between lighter and darker surfaces. Though the full moon is brilliant at night, the moon is actually a dark object, reflecting only a few percent albedo 0.07 of the sunlight that strikes it. Beginning with the Italian scientist Galileo's sketches in the early 17th century and continuing into the 19th century, astronomers mapped and named the visible features down to a resolution of a few kilometers, the best that can be accomplished when viewing the moon telescopically through Earth's turbulent atmosphere. The work culminated in a great hand-drawn lunar atlas made by observers in Berlin and Athens. This was followed by a lengthy hiatus as astronomers turned their attention beyond the moon until the mid-20th century, when it became apparent that human travel to the moon might eventually be possible. In the 1950s, another great atlas was compiled, this time a photographic one published in 1960 under the sponsorship of the U.S. Air Force. Astronomers long debated whether the moon's topographic features had been caused by volcanism. Only in the 20th century did the dominance of impacts in the shaping of the lunar surface become clear. Every highland region is heavily cratered, evidence for repeated collisions with large bodies. The survival of similar large impact structures on Earth is relatively rare because of Earth's geologic activity and weathering. The Maria, on the other hand, show much less cratering and thus must be significantly younger. Mountains are mostly parts of the upthrust rims of ancient impact basins. Volcanic activity has occurred within the moon, but the results are mostly quite different from those on Earth. The lavas that upwelled in floods to form the Maria were extremely fluid. Evidence of volcanic mountain building, as has occurred on Earth, is limited to a few fields of small, low domes. For millennia, people wondered about the appearance of the moon's unseen side. The mystery began to be dispelled with the flight of the Soviet space probe Luna 3 in 1959, which returned the first photographs of the far side. In contrast to the near side, the surface displayed in the Luna 3 images consisted mostly of highlands, with only small areas of dark mare material. Later missions showed that the ancient far side highlands are scarred by huge basins, but that these basins are not filled with lava.